everyone, thanks for joining me today. I have a project share, and then I'd like to also share some of the tools that I use to make my Dangle charm. And this one I made in the same colors as my planner, which is the Carpe Diem, and I purchased this at Art Attack. I just got it started. I don't have a whole lot in here, so I will maybe come back at a later time and show you some of the things that I add to my planner. But this is what I'm going to focus on. I found all these beads at Michael's, and they matched perfectly with my planner. So I've got some ceramic beads, some glass beads, and some with the blue color vein going through, these beautiful glass, looks like broken glass beads. Love those. And then the bead caps I got as a gift from my friend Scrapping Gigi here on YouTube. And then I just added a few other pieces that I found, and this one is gorgeous. I love that. So I used a couple tools that I purchased recently, and one of them is the one-step looper. This one is the 1.5 millimeter, and then I also have the one-stop big looper, and this one is a 3 millimeter. So you can get two different sizes. That's the only sizes that they carry right now. So I'll show you the tool, and this is what they look like. This is what they look like. And I'm going to demonstrate the small loop first. The reason I like this is because every time you make a loop, it's consistent. There's some other tools like this one, for instance, and you can make your loops with this, but a lot of times I would make them different sizes, and I wanted them to be the right the right size every time. And let's see, I have one more tool, which is this one. This is the second one I purchased because of course I started off with this one, and this one does make your loops a little bit easier, and I'll show you those if I have time towards the end of the video. But my main focus are these two super easy tools. So let's start with the first one here, the gray handled one, which is the 1.5 millimeter. And the way you operate this is you have a little pin here, and then you also have a hole on this side. I think you can see it better from the inside. Hole right there. Let's see, I think what I'm going to do is add a piece of white cardstock to my table. Let's see if that focus is better. Okay. So there we go. Here's the pin, and there's the hole. So what you want to do is you want to actually put the your wire, and I buy this at Michael's as well. It's the Bead Landing 9.1 millimeter. It is kind of a medium weight wire, and then so you feed the wire, oops, let me get over here, underneath the pin and straight into that hole right there. So you can see it slides back and forth. So in order to conserve on the wire, I try to get it as close to the edge of the right handle, and then all you do is squeeze, and it curves and cuts the wire, and then you can just pull it down a little bit, and there you have a perfect loop. Now you can get your pliers and straighten it out at the angle that you want. And here's another tool that I own. It has rubber grips on here, and that helps to straighten and flatten out your wire. So there's that one. that's the size of that one. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that away, and I'll save it, because once you add your beads to this, you can also recrimp it and lock in your beads. So that's another useful thing you can do with your tool. Okay, so here's the one that's the 3.0 millimeter. So you release the handle, insert it into the hole, and then back it up and squeeze, and then you can just pull that down, and there you have another perfect loop for your beads. It does leave a little bit of an opening so that you can connect whatever you need to connect. Let's see if I can get this focusing up here. There we go. So it does leave a little bit of an opening. And then, let's see, let me get my other one. I think, here it is. And so if you had to connect two pieces together, there's enough space there where you can loop it. So pretty awesome tools. These are a little bit of expensive. I think they run $35 a piece, but I went ahead and waited till there was a 50% off coupon and purchased these. So let's see if I can string some beads, and then I'll show you how you can crimp it with the beads on there. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and added a bead to the small loop, and look how I've looped both sides. And now I have the larger one with 3 beads, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how awesome this is. Oops, I need to flip it this way and insert it into the tool and do this, and look at that. Look how awesome. And it fits pretty tight, and you can get it really close. And then of course, if you wanted to connect these two, this one left a little bit of an open edge there. I think I can slip it through there. Let's see. Oh, my dog's pawing at me. He needs to go out. Soji, hold on, please. Let's see. Once again, if you do need to just open this a tiny bit. Yes, dear. And then loop that on there, and then you can close it up. So look how awesome and simple that is. I'll come back and I'll show you the least expensive tools, like for instance these two, how they're a little bit harder to gauge your sizes for the loops, but I'll be right back and I'll show you that. Alright, puppies are taken care of, so now I want to show you the least expensive tool for making your loops, and it is this one here with the 2 like needle nose type edges. And what you need to do is just, a lot of times you have to bend this at a 45-degree angle like that, and then you put this on the edge. I'm going to go ahead and cut my wire so I can work with it a little bit easier. And hold it with your other pliers on this end, and then you have to start rolling it until you get it to that loop there, and then you have to just work with it a little bit. Now this does make a pretty good loop, but the only thing is it's not consistent when you make your loops. They aren't as perfect a circle as the others, and I'll show you. the two differences. And they'll more than likely come out at different sizes when you work your loops for each piece. So that's that one. And then let me straighten this one out so I can just use the other end. And then this tool here, it does have little grooves so that you can line up the wire on each little groove, unless you need a section between the little grooves, you know, depending on the size of wire. So let's go ahead and do this one that's right there at that groove. That'll be a big loop, so let's just give it a go. So we'll just squeeze that, and then you have to still do the rotation and line that up like that. Then you can bend that back a little bit, and there's that loop. But overall, if you're making several for your dangle charms or dangles for your planners, these two tools are at the top of my list. And then I would go for this one, and then the last one I would use would be this one. So especially if you have problems with your wrist or your joints, these are spring-loaded and they're super easy to operate. So there's my review and my project share. Hope everyone got some helpful information, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.